Good morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday. I'm sure everybody is already at church, child, and I'm just rolling over. But I'm fixing to prepare me a little bit of breakfast and figured I'd come on here and chit chat with y'all until I do. I was trying to figure out what exactly I wanted to eat, and I'm gonna tell you what I want to eat. I want a steak. That's what I want. This morning I want a steak with some macaroni and cheese, and I want a salad. And the kicker is I want to cook the steak. Usually I don't want to be um I don't want to take the time to go in there and thaw it out and get everything prepped, and then I got to clean it, season it, cook it, and get everything ready, then turn around and wash the dishes, and get everything situated, put up and packed up before I come to sit down to enjoy my food. But this morning I just want a solid taste. And when I say solid, I mean it has been seasoned thoroughly, and not just a steak that was thrown on the thing with no salt, pepper, no nothing, no garlic powder, garlic salt, nothing. Just throw it on the stove and cooked up. I don't want that. This blend is dry, and it's gonna take a lot more work on my part to get it to taste, to suit my taste. So I figured if I just get up and cook it my dang self, then I know it'll be, what I'm saying, it'll be where I want it to be. Yeah, well, I tell you. You know, sometimes, sometimes you just want what you want, and that's okay. I can want a steak. I don't want to cook it, but I want it to be right. So if I want it to be right, I kind of don't have no choice but to cook it. And the kicker is, I want a T-bone, which means when I go up here to the store to get it, I'm gonna have to have them to cut it in half, because the T-bones they sell up here, they thick. They have them cut thick like they porterhouses or something. And child, I can't do nothing with no thick T-bone. It ain't gonna cook to my liking. I don't like rare. I don't like medium rare. I don't like anything rare. I want it medium well. I like medium well. Just a little bit of pink, just a little bit. That little bit of pink is just enough to hold a little bit of flavor, the flavor I'm looking for. And I'll tell you another little trick I learned is I can put lemon juice on my steak as well to add a little extra salt to it, right? Because I'm a salt fiend, and I'm supposed to be, excuse me, supposed to be turning that salt loose, but it's very difficult. And I think I've told you once before. Hang on, let me put this on pause because I want to see this. He looked like he had Mardi Gras. Um, I was told to back off them lemons, uh, because the acid was too strong for my stomach. When you get older, child, you can't eat and drink and do all of the things that we used to do back in the younger days. Our body just won't allow it. And if we having trouble with our bodies, then we got to fall back, right? 'Cause you just can't indulge. But I know getting away from the raw salt and using something, an alternative salt substitute, is in my best interest. Um, but I mean, it is what it is. I figure, you know what? By the time I get this breakfast prepared and together, then I will have some idea of, do I really want to go to the store and buy the steak? Because the steak in the freezer, I'm not going to try to thaw that out, and it's not going to thaw out quick enough for me. So I'm just going to go buy some fresh meat, and or at least that's the plan, is to go up here and buy it and come on back home and cook it. But hell, I don't know. I might change my mind. I want to go to Dos Amigos, get me some of them shrimp tacos or something or another. I don't know. We gonna see. But I'm getting this ready right now. Plus, I was kind of torn between what I wanted. I'll tell you somewhere I haven't eaten in at least 6 years or more, and that's Panda Express. I haven't had Panda in so long. I don't miss it because the reason I stopped eating there was when the meat took on a different taste. For instance, the shrimp was okay, and it's kind of hard to say. I guess I shouldn't say the shrimp was okay. Let's just say I couldn't taste the change in the shrimp because at Panda, I am in love with that honey walnut shrimp, and the fact that it's got honey and walnuts in it, it would distort any weirdness that I would normally taste without those seasonings. But hmm I haven't really messed with them in a minute, and I thought I might could handle them this morning, but I can't handle them on a Uber Eats because they're not gonna make it like I want it. So I was like, if you're gonna do Panda, that means you're gonna have to get up and go up there so you can oversee the little bit of rice and the more of the chow mein, with the beef and broccoli, more beef than broccoli. You know what I'm saying? And then I want that sweet and sour chicken. But like I said, the last time I had it 6 years ago, it seemed like they must have put a little bit more cayenne pepper in there because that orange chicken had a little bit of a kick to it, and I was like, wait, bitch, this almost too hot for me to eat. We'll see. I don't know. If you have any suggestions on what I eat, they're greatly appreciated. Uh, I'm just about broke. My bills is paid, but I'm just about broke. And I gotta make a pit stop. I gotta go around the corner. I can do that later though. Um, yeah. So what's going on this beautiful Sunday? What is happening? I see some folks is not having a good morning today so far, and that's unfortunate. This is a day the Lord hath made, and you're supposed to be joyful in it. You know, boy, I tell you what, I tell you, we should do some Bible study on here. You know what I'm saying? We really should. I think, I don't think a lot of people would be interested in it. I think it would be more people interested in not coming and walking away than to actual be here. And for anything related to the Bible. And here's why I say that. Because, as a society, we are so busy uh, being judgmental, looking at a person saying, well, how can they praise God and how can they worship God because they drink and they, screwing around out of wedlock and they doing this and they smoke and they that. hmm Child, God knows our weaknesses the same way He know our heart. And if you really mean well and you really trying, He's there for you all the time. I say every time I say when JC show up, he show out. That's just it. And he don't give you any ultimatums or restrictions. He just said worship no other God before me. Right? That's all he said. Give him the glory and the praise. He didn't say how many times, he didn't say how much, he didn't say what time, he didn't say for who. That's what he said, period. So it don't matter what I do in the earthly body, as long as I have love for him and he knows my love is real. And I tell you something else too. Mm. I had thought about putting mm, 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 some little trivia questions on the community wall to I don't know, motivate, inspirate, I don't know, people to start back reading the Bible. If you don't own the Bible, well, that would be your first iniquity right there. Right, but start reading your Bible. You know, try to, read one scripture a day. And if you don't want to read one scripture a day, there is this sheet that tells you what chapters or what scriptures to read if you're looking and or praying for something specific. Like if you're praying and seeking more faith, they give you a specific scripture to read. If you praying for money, if you praying for a woman, if you praying for a man, if you praying for a good job, if you praying for healing, it's scriptures for all of those that dive right into it. But when I found that form that told me, gave me specific scriptures for specific reasons, what I found when I would go and read that scripture is that the understanding is not in the scripture alone. The understanding is in that particular passage or that book. So you reading Proverbs 3:7 is not going to be enough for you to understand exactly what it is he's telling you or exactly what it is you're praying for. For instance, everything is not cut and dry. It's not secured in one sentence. You got to get an understanding of the passage to make sure that what you're praying for is what you actually want. And if that don't make sense, let me see if I can break it down a little bit better for you. Genie, right? We all know of the genie in the bottle. We all know about having him granting you three wishes and all of the things. We've also seen how your wish can be flipped on you, right? For instance, if a person was to sit up and say, I wish for all of the money in the world, then all of a sudden, this person is no longer with us because they were suffocated by the weight. The money just appeared in their house. They was underneath it. This is just an example of some of the wickedness in wishing for things that the way your wish is worded, it may not be appropriate, right? We've seen where people may say, um, I I wish I had a faithful, loyal husband that loves me and only me, right? Then you end up with a man who is obsessive with you. He loves nobody but you, and you can't go pee by yourself. You can't change your tampon by yourself. You can't get a glass of water out the refrigerator by yourself because he on your heels. He want to make sure you ain't calling nobody. You ain't looking at nobody out the window. An obsessive man can and will sometimes put his hands on you because of his obsession. So I say all of this to say you have to be careful what it is you're praying for, what it is you're asking God for. God said be specific and true in what you want. You can't ask for something just randomly and generically. Because the reality of it is, a lot of times a woman will ask for a boyfriend or a good man, and then may wonder why is it taking God so long to give me a good man, missing the reality and the fact that you had a good man, but you left him because he didn't make enough money. You left him because he couldn't buy you Gucci and Chanel. You left him because he couldn't afford to get your wigs and installed, buy wigs and get them installed and getting weaves and nails and shoes. And you left him because he couldn't buy you a Mercedes Benz or he couldn't buy you a Rolls Royce or a Maybach. You had a good man and was not satisfied with him because you're sitting inside looking at the grass outside and you thought you wanted to, you could get better and you can do better. So we have to be very careful and very mindful about what we pray to God and ask for. Because if you're praying out of body, then you don't have the soul and spirit for the right words. If you're praying from the spirit, then God, there's an opportunity that God will let you see, where you fell short or what you're missing out on or what you need to do, should have done, whatever, if that makes sense. So, we have to remember that. um, I've been very dehydrated these last few days, and even though I drink a lot of water and I stay going back and forth to the bathroom, back and forth to the bathroom, I feel like it might be something else going on. But with all of the doctor visits and appointments I've been to, I don't know if something would have been going on. They would have been unsaid it by now. um, but yeah, um, I wish I could share something on here with y'all, but this is probably not the right place to do it. But yeah, I tell you, I have been struggling and fighting a battle for a year and a half. It's very draining. It is mentally draining. It is physically draining. What's going on, boss? Good morning, boss King. It is physically draining, mentally draining. It is financially draining, and I'm not winning. And I have prayed and prayed and prayed, and it doesn't look like I'm getting any closer to getting that prayer fulfilled, but I will keep going. I will keep fighting. I will keep striving to accomplish what it is I need to accomplish. Because here's the thing, if I give up and quit, then I'm telling God I really didn't want it in the first place. All of that begging and crying and asking Him, please help, that was a bunch of crap, right? Because God will help those that help themselves. People will help those that help themselves. So I don't have a choice. I have to keep going. I have to keep fighting. I have to keep moving forward, trying to accomplish this, because if I don't, I can't win. God's not going to give me a win if I'm not out here trying. And baby, when I tell you I'm trying, I am giving it my everything. And I could be doing quite a bit of things different, but it's not going to change the ultimate, what I'm ultimately seeking, what I'm ultimately trying to accomplish. It won't change anything. Um, my boss King that showed up in the mix, boy, I tell you, man, I tell you. I saw a little thing with Krishan this morning at the church. She done wore the wrong colors, and the man, when she was trying to act like she didn't get the memo, didn't nobody tell her, another lie. And the man straight was busting her out, telling her, yeah, she don't know how to read, because what it said was she was so ornery in the house of the Lord, she didn't want to listen, so she was on live. She proceeded to start talking and continue to try to talk over him so y'all couldn't hear what he was saying in the background, and I just shook my head. And then everybody, she was saying, I'm in my church sweater, it's blue. And everybody was saying, oh, your braids, your stitch braids are so cute. Oh, they are braiding, boom, boom, boom. And I was sitting here looking at her with disgust. You keep your hair and your nails braided, but it looked like you ain't even washed your son's hair. His hair looks a hot mess. You don't moisturize. You damn sure ain't combing and brushing it. That's obvious because it's a dry stick, a dry patch of weeds on his head. And you sat up in front of that camera. You waited till you got to your boxing situation in front of the camera and tried to take a small bottle of water to put on his hair. For what? Because you were supposed to have got him ready at home before y'all left. You were supposed to got him ready first. and then you get yourself ready. If you'd have gave a damn about his hair at home, you would have took care of his hair at home. But now that he done throw that cap off, and you know what? If you felt the need to grab the water while you was on camera and fix his hair, that meant you felt ashamed. You felt conscientious. You felt embarrassed. You knew what you had did, but you knew that the internet was going to drag you for it, so you made an attempt. And here's the thing. I seen the people, Blueface the other day went and bought Nevea. They keep saying it was a new Mercedes. It didn't look like it was a new Mercedes from where it was sitting on the lot, but whether it was new or not, he facts that get on and says, yeah, whether it was new or not, he went and paid cash for it, and she signed the title. At least that was the lie that he told. So he goes and buy her a car. She's excited. Apparently nobody's ever bought her a car before. She was super excited. She was back to calling him her man and all of the things. And then as soon as the internet started talking about, oh, so she's back in the circus and whoop de whoop. Now Krishan wants to get online and talk bad about him and what he don't do for his son. And I thought to myself, you know what? God is going to whoop her butt because she playing with God. She want to get on the camera and tell everybody about the spiritual reading of the word and how she love God and all of the things. But while she listing out that her baby daddy don't do for her baby, she get mad when the people list out what she don't do for her own baby. She also forgot to tell the people why she was dragging him, talking about he running around buying this and that for somebody else, but he don't do shit for his child. That's because you cut him off from his so-called child. Remember? You said if he ain't gonna be with you and only you, he ain't gonna see his kid. And you stopped taking your kid over there. So he said, now what he told us was that he was calling and trying, and for a minute y'all was doing good. But as soon as you realized that when he called and see his baby, what he really wanted you to do was bring the baby and drop him off and go on about your business, and he'll call you to come back. But you didn't want to do that. You wanted to stay and be in his face because you wanted attention from him. And when you seen that you couldn't get it from him and that he was still kicking it with all of the other women, you decided to use your child against him. That's the first wrong move, girlfriend. That's the first wrong move. Don't keep your child away from his daddy. I don't give a damn what he doing or not doing. If he wanna see his baby, let him see his baby. Now, if he was an infant, absolutely stay there with him because the infant can't tell you what happened. And in this case, he almost 3 years old. He can't tell you what happened either. But he's not an infant, right? He's a toddler. So it's okay to take a toddler over there, and drop him off. Ain't nobody gonna hurt him, ain't nothing gonna happen to him. And if something ever happened, then that's when you can say, well, he can't get dropped off no more without supervision. But I look at her and I'm thinking to myself, you more worried about what he doing instead of making sure your son can talk, walk, eat food, and all of the things that average children his age can do. We've been knowing that her priorities wasn't in the right place. We've been knowing that she was super young. We've been knowing that she didn't want a baby. She thought having a baby would make him stay with her forever. And we know that she's hard-headed and she don't listen. She don't want to, accept when somebody's trying to tell her right. She don't want to accept it, and she don't want to do what they say do, and she want to do her own thing, and woody woody woody. We know this. Soon the boxing manager is gonna know, right? Soon he gonna find out just how ornery she is. Now I also sat up and seen Blueface. I was want to say that was this morning in the wee hours of the morning. He sat up and said that his life was so much better without a certain individual in his life. He said, I have so many people that are collaborating with me, that just want to work with me, want to do things, want to make money, And when they invite me somewhere, I can show up with somebody and they don't have to worry about their house getting tore up, chairs getting thrown, holes getting put in the wall, people getting slapped, tearing their shit up. Nobody couldn't they couldn't do that with Krishan. Krishan didn't know how to act as a guest in somebody else's home. And the kicker thing that really made it bad for me was the fact that she wasn't even invited. Blueface was the one that was invited, and he brought her along because she just happened to be there while he's getting ready to leave. And now you done got to these people's house and you acting a monkey, and he ain't gonna go against you because you his girl, he messing with you. So, but he also couldn't seem to calm you down and make you get somewhere and sit down. He couldn't do that either. But now he's finding out that if you can't keep your animals or your clowns under control, then don't bring them, because don't nobody. If you come over here and tear up something, you need to go on and drop them hundreds or them thousands before you leave to pay me. And he don't have it like that. He's trying to rebuild. He's trying to build it back up. Now we know that Jaden, the first baby mama, baby mama from high school, she's pregnant by him, and she says she gonna keep it. They gonna forever be making babies because that's just how it is. She gonna keep it. She says she don't want nothing from him. But obviously, they still gonna be messing around because she's still messing around with him, right? Now they claim Nevaeh is pregnant. Well, here's the thing. Y'all is nasty out there running around sleeping with all these different men with no protection, and y'all think it's cute. Let me tell you something about these young kids. They gonna find out once it's too late that while they was running around sleeping with this one and that one because he was flying them here and he was buying them this and buying them that, when they find out that they have contracted something that cannot be cured, there's no cure for, now they got to take medications. They will soon find out that if you have contracted something that can't be cured, 9 times out of 10, you should not be having any children, because those children are going to end up with that same whatever you got is going to pass on to them. Now, here we go with special needs kids again. And that's going to be pretty bad when you look at the way where the world is going to right now and all of the changes. Look, hell, now if you able-bodied, you only get 2 years on government assistance, and that the people are saying if you're on government assistance and you're doing your 2 years, that the people are saying that you gotta work at least 20 hours a week, or I don't know how many hours they telling them they gotta work, but they telling them that they got to work. You know what? Now that I think about it, I think it's 30 hours a week that they're telling them that they have to work. And the reason it came to me, because the first time I heard it, I thought to myself, "Oh, I see what's happening. I see the play." Because they changed the law a couple of years back, and if you remember, 40 hours a week was full time back in the day, right? But a couple of years back, they changed the law to 30 hours is considered full time. So if you're working 30 hours or more a week, you are considered a full time employee and the employer has to offer you benefits that are available to all full-time employees. So now if you're on government assistance and you go and get a job working 30 hours a week, you're not only considered full-time, but now you have the ability to get insurance through your company. You see what I'm saying? You see how it's working them off of the government, working them off the government side of things. And listen, y'all can say what y'all want to say. Homeboy, Black and Brown, I think, is not a part of his cup of tea because we had the conversation a few weeks, a week or so ago, a few nights ago, or maybe we didn't get into the conversation, but I posted on my community wall how many civil rights got reversed. I didn't have any comments on that, but that is a loud and active question because if you go on Google right now and type in how many civil rights have been reversed by an executive order, it will blow your mind. And the funny thing about it is how I came across the video that was talking about it is because they was talking about Don Juan is everything that he's doing is a revenge type of thing, is to get back to the people who affected his daddy and caused his daddy grief. Now I don't know I don't know what issuing out tariffs and cutting the government assistance and possibly going to war with Iran has to do with his daddy. I didn't look into that. I was more concerned with the civil rights. As I said before, I'm not sure what DEI represents. I don't even know what DEI stand for, but apparently it's got something to do with civil rights. But yeah, the whole thing is it's a hot mess. And so again, I trying to look, listen, pay attention. I try to research. I try to research for understanding. And then when I'm not sure I understand, I come on here and talk, and hopefully somebody like Boss King here can jump in the chat and educate me on what it is, what it means, and what's about to happen. Um, and again, that is because I need to prepare. I need to figure out what is it that I need to do so that I'm ready and I'm not caught slacking when the shit hit the fan, right? Just like when y'all seen me have a whole meltdown about 4 or 5 years ago, and every time I came home from work, I went to the grocery store and I was getting water and canned goods and meats, and I was doing all of the things. I was buying extra like I was called myself making sure that I had enough resources, enough food, water. I was trying to get myself ready for when that day comes and he hit the switch and we all in the dark, when he get on the mic and claim martial law and we forced to stay in the house, we can't go to work, we can't do nothing. I was doing everything to make sure I was ready when that day comes. That day hasn't come yet, but it appears to be nearing very quickly. And speaking on something else, the other day I heard them say that he was pulling some of them boys, them good old boys, he was pulling some of them out of Minnesota. Really? Why are you all of a sudden pulling the boys out of Minnesota? Did you go ahead and sweep up Minnesota? You got everybody that ain't supposed to be there, that you don't want to be there, you already got them? I don't get it. Or is it that you're pulling some of the people out of Minnesota because you know what we about to do or what you're about to do with Iran, and so you need them out in the field? I don't know. I don't watch the news. It's too depressing. But I definitely have been seeing the videos saying that we about to do it with Iran. I haven't really heard a lot of talk about Iran or Iran, whatever however you want to pronounce it. Um, Not in a minute. I haven't really heard the conversations, so I don't know the reason for it. I don't know when it's supposed to be happening. I don't know why it's supposed to be happening. I just know that apparently it is on the agenda to happen. So when you hear that, something is about to go down with Iran, and you have children that are within the draftable age, which means the military can draft them, you know, the government can draft them into the military, then this is a perfect time for you to sit down with your kids and have a conversation about where they're going, where they're about to take their future. Because they would probably want to go ahead and get enrolled in college, right? Because maybe it's a chance if they go to college that they won't get drafted. I know back in the day, they didn't care if you was in college or not. If they wanted you to go get in the military and go to war, they would come get you out the college and you gonna be in the military and you going to war. I don't know if that same premise holds right now. um, Boss man, can you come on and talk? Here, let me see if I can put a copy paste. Yeah, I don't know if you can come up here and hang out with me. Combing my hair so that I can get ready to figure out what I'm gonna eat and I can get me something to eat. Can you come up and chit chat with me for a minute? We ain't gonna be on here long. Well, hell, if he don't answer, then that means that's not him in the chat. That's somebody else. That's okay. Um, yeah, I don't know. It is a lot right now. It is a lot, and everything that's going on in the world is worthy of your attention, if only for 5 minutes. A lot of people, and I'm talking about my family, they're not interested in looking, listening, watching, paying attention, none of that, because they hate him so much and they're not willing to do any research. They not finna Google nothing. They don't want to look at the documents that have been released. They not interested. And again, we've spoken on this. They just want to rant and rave and talk out of emotion instead of talking on a factual level. Let's debate about it. Let's talk about it. But if we're gonna talk about it, let's talk about the facts and not how you feel, what you believe, what you don't like. Whoop de whoop de whoop. Who cares? Because what you feel, what you like and don't like, don't play a part in any of this. This is what's happening. They didn't ask for our 2 cents. They didn't ask for our permission. They didn't ask us what we think. So what we think and how we feel play no part in it. It's a fact that this is something that's going down. And at some point, when do you take the time to look up and see how does it affect you in your life? And I'm gonna always fuss. I have been fussing at you guys for years about reading and understanding and asking questions for understanding, um, so that you can prepare yourself and be ready. And I get it. A lot of people are not interested in it and they don't give a damn, but they'll be the first ones to holler help when the shit hit the fan and they ain't ready. And seeing as much stuff as I have come on here and shared with you guys and talked to you about, those that were here, they know. Whether they got themselves ready or did anything different, that I don't care. That's not for me. That's for them. That's a them thing. But It's a me thing if you call me asking for help, or call me asking questions, or call me needing something. I was striving in at work, but DEI is diversity, equality, and inclusion. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I don't, I don't really. I hear what you're saying. I hear. Okay, yep, cool. Don't not sure how that applies to me, but apparently it applies very much to me, and um I don't I don't know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? But based on what he just explained to me as what DEI stands for, that definitely is a confirmation to me that it's something very close, if not equal to a civil right, some type of an affirmative action that they're trying to wipe away, like trying to do away with. So, um, I don't know if y'all was paying attention. What, about 2 weeks ago, Homeland Security had got shut down temporarily. I don't know if you guys were privy to that, saw that, heard it, read it. I tried to keep up. It's very difficult to do that when I'm at work. The link is not working. Damn, hang on. Let me try it again. Hold on. Okay, participants, invite guests. Send this link to your guests. You may also want to share copy. Guests can stream this today. Branded welcome. Okay, copy. Let me try it again. Paste. Okay. Or send it directly. Oh, okay. Oh, they did. No, they did in this admin. Okay, hang on. Let me try to send it to you. Send it, text it to you. Hold on. Copy. Hang on. Okay, King. I just texted to you. Okay. Um. Yeah. Homeland Security is temporarily locked up, locked down, closed up, whatever you want to call it. Um. I don't even know why. I have no idea why that could be. Um, yeah, I don't. It doesn't make sense to me. And that's okay. I don't need it to make sense. It would be nice if I understood the reason behind it or why it was temporarily closed. I would assume it is to yet again make some more changes or sign some more executive orders or pass some more laws that you ain't talked to the people about. You just, as old girl says, she out there just giving it out. Here we go.
Hey,
Hey, hey, how you doing?
hey. Alright. It's trying to snow and it's raining now. It's trying to snow out here.
Oh no.
Yeah.
How's the missus? Tell her I said Happy New Year. If you ain't told her already, I know we done talked a couple times, but
Yeah.
tell her.
I told him.
Okay, cool ping. Where
Yeah.
that baby? Where that fur baby at? He is just the cutest thing. I love him. Where he at? He ain't with you right now, huh?
No, I'm at work.
Oh, that's right. You did say you at work. Okay, okay, okay. Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your take on all of this madness, dog?
Well, I'm glad you touched on a couple of things because, like the DEI thing, you said they trying to do away with it. They did. I mean, right now they actually closed, the whole office down for DEI.
What?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we have a few people who came to sign on with us. They used to work over there. But yeah, you on the right path. You on the money on it. The diversity, equality. We're in. How can I say without getting myself in any trouble?
I know,
Um.
right? That's a shame we can't talk free. I keep saying we need to go to X so we can speak freely. We ain't got to talk on code.
Well,
But go
the
ahead.
alphabet people. Well, well, it was created with the alphabet people within government. Okay, we was adding to it because of being a minority, same as other nationalities, right?
Hmm.
So it's supposed to be the protection for um, all, like, not necessarily new, but the freedom to do certain things, or it could be publicly put out there and be protected. That's
Hmm.
what DEI was at first made for. But then,
Hmm.
of course, like any other government entity comes in, it gets exploited and used in a certain way. Or if it's doing good, you have a lot of naysayers that say, oh, we don't need this, it's a waste of money, blah, 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 this and that, and they get trampled on. Well, we already
Hmm.
know Mr. Gummo uh, don't want a lot of people to have certain things anyway, especially if you're going for a certain party or you're going against him. And if you're going to do that, he want to shut everything down. So that's pretty much how that
Ah,
is.
shit.
It's
Wait. Hang on.
okay.
Wait a minute. Anthony, say something.
Hey, hey, hey.
I started the car, and all of a sudden your voice went away. Hang on. That means your voice is playing in the car. I don't know how to get it back. Hold on. Hold on. I had to
Okay.
come back in the house for a minute. Hold on. I forgot about that stupid Bluetooth. I tried to turn it off and tell it don't go to the car when I'm on the Bluetooth. Stay on the Bluetooth. But when I'm on the phone, it stay. But I'm on StreamYard, so I can't get it back in my ear. So give me just a quick second. Hang on.
All right.
Cause I'm in the house. I seen your head was moving on the thing, but you're not in my ear. I can't hear you. So hold on. I know that means you in the car. Hang on. I forgot I need to make a stop. I need some more cash. Hang on. I'm coming. Okay. That's a little bit. And then let me get that's a little bit. Okay. Grab the phone. Got the cash. Hang on, I'm almost back outside. Stupid. Stupid. Okay, Anthony. Oh shit.
Hmm?
Damn, the radio was off. Okay, Anthony, say something.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey. Yep. You was in the damn car. Yep. Okay, I hear you, baby. Go ahead, finish what you were saying. Sorry about that.
All right. I can't
Alright.
stay on long
I can't
either.
stay on long either.
Battery about to die.
Battery about to die. y'all kill me. My sister be doing the same thing. I'm like, how y'all manage to let y'all battery die? You know, I got charges everywhere. In the car, in the house, at the job. But I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Um,
Um,
well, the
well,
battery
the
on with a
battery
phone,
on with a phone
basically the
basically
it burns up more
it
when you on
burns up more
StreamYard.
when you on StreamYard.
And
And you know,
I'm in the
I'm
unofficial,
in the
not in
unofficial,
my vehicle,
not in my
so we
vehicle,
can't plug
so
up.
we
We
can't
got
plug up.
computers
We got
and everything
computers
in the
and
vehicle, so
everything in the vehicle. So
yeah.
yeah, I forgot you got the juice. So can you tell me? Can you enlighten why are we fucking with Iran? I knew we was a while back. I thought it was over with. What happened this time? Do you know?
Well,
Well,
my
my
understanding, it's
understanding,
not
it's
what's
not
going on over
what's going
here.
on over
That's going
here. That's going
over
over
Dumbo's house,
Dumbo's house,
and
and
he the one
he the one
is trying
is
to
trying to
stake his name
stick his name
in history
in
for
history
something
for
great. But
something great.
it's not working.
It's not working.
I mean, he just
He
like
just
picking.
picking.
He just go to his people
He
and
just go to
saying,
his
"Hey,
people and say, "Hey,
what's going to
what's
make
going
me look
to
good in
make me
history?
look
What's going
good
to
in
do this,
history?
this, and
What's
that?"
going to
And
do
you
this
got
and that?" And
all
you got
these yes
all
men.
these yes
It's like,
men.
oh, this
It's like,
can happen, or this
this
can be.
can
You do
happen. This
this,
can be. You
just
do
like
this. It's
the
like
South American
the South
situation,
American situation.
and now it's
And
heard of
now it's
and
heard
gone.
and
Nobody
gone.
don't really care
Nobody
what
don't really
happened,
care what happened.
but that
But that
situation is going to
situation
cause a
is going to
whole lot
cause
of
a
issues
whole
because you
lot of
got a lot of
issues because
parties
you got a
tied
lot of
together.
parties tied together.
You act like you
You
friends
act
with
like
the
you're
two
friends with
biggest
the two
guys over
biggest
there,
guys over there,
which is
which is
China and
China,
Russia, which
Russia, which
Iran is tied into them.
Iran is tied into them.
So
So
you take
you
that
take
out of the
that out of
situation,
the
that
situation
threatens
that
China
threatens
and
China
Russia
and Russia,
from minerals
from
to
minerals
fuel.
to fuel.
So
So
yeah, if you control that
if you
situation,
control that situation,
you
you
basically,
basically,
how can I put it?
how can I put it?
You manipulate
You
the whole
manipulate
board. You
the
control
whole board.
everything.
You control everything.
And
Gotta,
that, see, and that's kind of like
see, and that's
an
kind of like
undiplomatic
an
way
undiplomatic way
of going
of
at them.
going at them. Kind of
Yeah,
like how we did with Venezuela.
yeah,
We said we was going to get him when the reality of it was we wanted what he had.
exactly.
Exactly. Okay, gotcha.
That's what it's about.
That's what it's about.
Yeah, and people
And,
don't.
and people don't.
That man be telling you straight up what he wants.
What he wants.
And a lot of
Oh
people
yeah.
don't be listening. They be looking at it.
They be
Oh,
looking
he's
at
doing
it.
it because of this.
Oh, he's
The
doing it because
dude
of this.
said it
The dude
already.
said it.
If you say, "Oh,
If you
well,"
say, oh,
you come to the
you
table,
come to the
take the
table,
deal,
take the deal,
then we good.
then we're
If
good.
not,
If not,
we're going to
we're
replace
going to
you,
replace
and
you,
the deal going to happen
and it's
anyway.
still going to happen anyway. Wow.
That's it.
Now
That's
that's
all.
one thing. That's all. Yeah, that's one thing I have to respect about him is that when he come and tell you exactly what he want, what he expect, what he asking for, what he gonna do. I have to respect that because nobody in the past ever did that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I respect that
I respect
too,
that
but
too, but
not in that
not
degree.
in that
That's
degree.
like me coming
It's
to your
like
house and
me coming
saying,
to your house
"Yeah,
and saying,
I like
yeah,
this, I like
I
that in
like
your
this,
house."
I like that in
So
your house. So
you know,
so,
you gotta go.
you gotta go.
I'm taking over this
I'm
house,
taking over this house,
regardless if you paid your
regardless if you pay
bills,
your
no
bills,
regardless if you
no
own it,
regardless if you own it.
because I like that
Because
spot.
I like
You
this
gotta
flag,
go.
you gotta go.
Period. If you don't go,
If you
then
don't
this gonna
go,
happen to
then
you, or
this
this
gonna
can
happen
happen
to
to
you, or
you.
this can happen to you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Mm, okay, okay. Cause
So
see, I
that's
ain't never.
that's that's the
That's
problem.
the problem.
A lot of
Okay.
stuff is being
A
done
lot of stuff is being done
illegal.
illegal.
Same thing like I was
Same
telling you
thing
about
like
the
I was
tariffs a
telling you
while
about the
back.
tariffs a while back.
You know,
You
he
know,
was trying to give it
he
to
was trying
us,
to give it to us,
but it was
but
illegal from
it
the
was
start.
illegal from the start.
And the Supreme Court shut it
And the
down,
Supreme Court
like
shut
I
it
thought it was
down.
gonna do.
Like I thought it was gonna do.
Damn.
But
But
I think it was
I
some.
think it was some.
To me,
To me,
I believe he already
I
knew it
believe he
too,
already knew it too.
and that money
And
is gonna be
that money
predicated
is
to
going to be
somewhere
predicated to
else.
somewhere else.
But he's
But
showing
he's
the American
showing the
people,
American people,
hey, I got this money, I'm trying
I
to
got
give it
this
to
money, I'm
y'all,
trying to give it
but
to y'all, but
basically they're not gonna let me
basically
do it,
they're not going to
so
let me do
it's
it.
gonna do
So
other great
it's going to do
things.
other great things.
Hint, hint.
Well, let me ask you this: if you can, tell me how you feel about him charging them tariffs and then giving it back to us. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean,
I mean,
to me, it's a great
to me, it's
thing,
a great
but
thing,
they're
but
really not giving us
they're really not
anything.
giving us anything.
He's charging it
He's charging
to
it
let
to
us
let us
forcibly borrow it
forcibly borrow it
to get it right back from
to get
us.
it right back
It's
from us.
almost like
It's
washing
almost
money.
like washing money.
Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So then the money that we get, that we make, that civilians receive from the tariffs, that's going to be charged back to us through taxes?
Yes.
Yes.
Huh.
Think
Okay,
about it.
okay,
All,
wait.
all, all the
Okay,
money
wait.
that all the presidents be giving
All
us
the presidents be
money,
giving us
you
money,
know,
you know,
like supposed
like
to be boosting up the
supposed to be
economy and all
boosting
this
up the
other stuff.
economy and all this other stuff.
Unless you
Unless
make
you
less
make
or
less
more a certain
or
amount of
more
money,
a certain amount of money,
that money got to get paid back.
I'm gonna get paid back.
Okay. So now that we talking about this money, because we know that the three wise men is always behind the scenes when it comes to money, right? The eye to the
Right.
aura.
Right.
Right.
But now, allegedly, and you know, and I don't know if you can say or not, but you know, but probably no. They said January 20th, they was getting rid of the I to the aura, and it was going to become the E to the aura, the external. Is that true? Did that happen? Can you confirm?
I can say
I
this:
can say this:
the three wise
the
men
three
is
wise
gonna
men
always
is
be
gonna
here.
always be here.
Now,
Now,
with
with
the person that's in
the person
charge,
that's in
they can
charge,
change the
they can
name
change the name
as much as they want,
as much as they want,
but the job
but
itself
the
is
job
not going to
itself
change.
is not going to change.
Okay, but okay, let's stay right there. Let's stay right there. Now,
Mm.
the first thing that you said that went off in my head, you say the three wise men ain't never going nowhere. But stay with me.
Mm-hmm.
Old girl is gone. Queen is gone. She is in the ground, and the sons is all on their way to Gitmo. They got one-way tickets damn near. So that, to me, the three wise men was really in service to her, because everything they was collecting was getting sent over there to them anyway. So now that entire empire is about to fall, I know they wasn't solo dolo. I know they was riding with the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, and I know it's a whole bunch more of them. But that money it seems like, from the research that we've done, because we talked about this before years
Mm-hmm.
ago, that
Mhm.
they said that they was gonna do away with them, and they started closing down different buildings in cities and states. We had a lot up here that got closed down, so I was really believing that, and I wasn't tying it to the Queen and how the money was going left, right, left, right, left, right. But now that we've come forward 5 years and a lot has changed, a lot is exposed, and a lot has happened. If you're going to do away with the one public knowledge piece of information that the whole world was privy to, and that is their job is to collect the income tax and pay you back anything extra that you overpaid. Okay, well, apparently you're going to abolish the income tax. So now, what you said their job is again?
Still to collect.
Still to collect.
So if he abolished the income tax, what they collecting again besides the Social Security and the FICA and whatever? What
But
else?
see, the
But see,
problem is
the problem
just like
is
even when you
just like
said yourself, if it's going back
if it's going
to
back
a
to
certain
a
place,
certain
which
place, which
was being controlled.
was being controlled.
The biggest thing
The
that
biggest thing
Mr. Man was
that
trying to
Mr.
do
Man was trying
is
to do is
change the
change
whole
the whole
formula of the
formula
situation.
of the
What we was
situation.
talking about even
But we
back
was talking about
then,
even back then,
going into
going
the
into
not using
the
the
not
dollar
using the
anymore,
dollar anymore,
going into
going
a
into
digital.
Oh
a
yeah,
digital.
that's
See,
another thing.
that's
See,
that.
that's
No, it's actually
no,
part
it's
of the
actually
thing
part of the thing
of what was
Oh,
trying to be
what was trying to be
accomplished.
accomplished.
So it could be
So it
controlled.
could be controlled.
But
see,
you see,
yeah, okay, I'm with you. Oh my God, Anthony. Oh shit, thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry, Black. Oh my God. Thank God you got that in your name already. So, but I was just about to freak because you know I'm outside having breakfast. But I have been trying to put that together for months since last year, and it did not make sense. And I knew you would be able to break this shit down for us. I knew. Okay, I got you now. Okay. Because I forgot all about the fact that we was about to change money.
right.
Right.
I forgot. We finna go digital. I forgot.
But we might have another
We might have
bump in the
another
road
bump in the
because
road because
Mr. Yvonne,
Yvonne,
I ain't gonna say his real
I ain't
name.
gonna say his real
He
name.
just got
Right.
caught up
He
in
just
some
got caught up in
mess.
some mess.
Remember, he's supposed to quote unquote help somebody get into the house.
Get into the house.
Well, that came back and bite him in his eggs.
I see that this morning.
Yeah, I knew about it. I couldn't say anything until it got dropped.
Right. I seen that shit this morning. Oh, balls. We got, listen, you at work,
Yeah.
I'm trying to feed my face and my spirit. So we gonna wrap this up, but we got to come back. But tonight we need to come back on X where we can speak freely.
Okay.
Because you and I have been on this ride together for years.
Right.
But the way I talk in code, other people that ain't been with us may not be able to get it. When you talk in code, people that ain't been with us may not be able to get it. We want those people that ain't been with us years ago when we first put the shit out and got in trouble behind it every fucking time.
Yeah, remember we got the access to the books. Remember?
Right. 6 years ago.
Yeah. But you think all the books that you missed since then.
And I was
remember
saying earlier.
the favorite trash box area.
Right. Okay. So I was saying earlier, even on a different stream, my sister was on here with us, and Sassy was on here, and Sassy was like, "Yeah, I was there. I remember. Yep, you sure did. You told us." And I was telling her, I said, "Girl, we've been had these records. We had these records 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all just now seeing them, but we've been looking at this shit in the underground for years, talking about it, trying to talk in code changing. I believe I was the first one to come out and tell the people, you better not say the Kool-Aid word, the C word. You better not try to put that with no numbers. They're gonna get you, because I had already been got. So then it ended up calling it Kool-Aid. You remember?
Right,
Call it
right.
Kool-Aid. Y'all kept
But
going back,
but
getting more and more Kool-Aid.
but this is what ties into the DEI. What what you can and cannot do anymore. If you notice, since it's been dropped, go on YouTube and look at certain things that used to be up. It's all blocked off now. Certain institutions, to certain lifestyles, to yeah. Remember, you can't even say the unalive. I mean, you can say that, but you can't say the other word.
Right. And I was telling her that. I said, you better not say the 4-letter word that start with R when you're talking about the people saying. I said, it's a whole bunch of stuff you can't say no more. We couldn't say back in 2020 they started it. And people have just adopted it now, and that's the norm. They know. The new people coming in may not know, but they'll find out the hard way.
Right.
So for these people, because I got cousins, I got nieces, friends that are all talking about starting a TikTok channel, and I'm gonna talk about. I say, hey, Lord, hold on, let me tell you something. Well, somebody else did it, yeah, but they might have been got, they might ain't been got yet. But trust me when I say, I don't believe TikTok is any different than YouTube. Some are a little more lenient.
There's a thing too. People are disappearing. And they not to be found and everything.
When I try to tell my people, they look at me and say I'm crazy. And I say, well, what about so-and-so? I don't know who he is. You may not know who he is, but I'm telling you. Now, if you want to have a conversation about it, why don't you go online and look up and see who he is, and then look at the other posts where they talk about where is he? Donde está? What? Go look for yourself for understanding, and then that way you can maybe try to put some of what I gave you and some of what you read together and be like, oh shit, now I understand. Just like you just told me something a minute ago, and it was like, ding, the light went out. I was like, oh shit. I didn't think about that. And because nobody comes on here with me, well, I don't invite others to come up here with me, because I already had one person to say the wrong word and I caught a strike behind them talking. But I don't have anybody like you that will get up here and have the thought process with me and help me to understand. And the way I hear it is, some people say, oh, she thinks she know everything. No, I don't think I know everything. I tell y'all all the time, I don't know, but this is what I heard. Now, this is what I looked up. And we have gone on the Congress.gov website. We've gone on there together, and we found exactly what the truth about the Kool-Aid. It was exactly what we had presented that we heard in the underground. So it's again, I don't want to talk and debate with somebody that's talking off of feelings and emotions. You're going to have to dig into the facts. And if you have the nonchalant attitude where I don't give a damn because can't nobody change it, then you better look twice, because you never know what can be changed and what can't. Because a lot of people over there thinking that they're going to be able to get lockdown 1 up, and it ain't happened yet. But they still having the faith. Okay, well, you better put your faith in God instead of man, because maybe they get it, maybe they don't. Now you got the Google and everybody else listening, reading, watching. But I told y'all years ago, Alexis Siri was already listening and reporting back and telling and shit.
Right.
But because y'all catch Siri and Alexis, y'all catch a glitch in the system and they spit the truth out. Oh, the people want to believe that.
And
But then people don't want to listen
don't
either.
want to listen
When you
either.
sign a
When you
paper
sign a
for
paper
your
for
your
your
home
your
camera
home
to be
camera to
online,
be
so
online,
you can
so
access it,
you can
you don't think
access it.
nobody else is
You
not
don't think
accessing
nobody else is
accessing it
not
too?
accessing it too? And
These
I've told the
watches,
people, watches,
these
these
phones, the
phones, the,
everything that it can go
everything that it can
online,
go
you get
online, you
consent
get consent
for you to use it, and
for
that
you to
means
use it,
other
and that
parties
means
too.
other parties too. Yep. That cloud, why you think it's called a cloud?
Yeah.
I said,
What you think? It's not being
what you
stored
think
at
is
your house.
being stored at your house? Right. You know, I said when you look in the sky and see the clouds, you're like, wow, the clouds are so pretty. We can't touch them. If you get in a plane, you can go right up there and fly right in the middle of them.
Right.
You got access, and everybody else flying got access. Same scenario, but I do believe that sometimes you have to you have to present it a different. Like you could present something in your office, and the professional people understand. If you
Right.
go down on Hood Avenue, you're gonna have to break that shit down in street terms. You may have to break it down in terms of talking about drugs or sex or
Right.
buying food or buying gas, so that they can understand, because different ways. But again, my thing is, I fought Hermana tooth and nails, Momo. I
Mm-hmm.
fought every time she would try to tell me something. I would come back and say, girl, no, ain't nobody trying to hurt us over here. Girl, please. Come on now. And then she would start showing me shit. And I would be reading shit and taking snapshots.
But it's
And
in our
then
face now, though, boss queen.
but listen, it's in our face because we are online. Okay?
No. Not only
Let's
that.
think about, wait a minute. Wait a minute though, wait a minute. It was in our face when we was getting it in the underground. You had a special talent that you could confirm certain things. Then I was getting online researching it, and then once I got that case number, went and registered for Pacer and paid to get the documents, only to discover all the shit was true. Then my mind became open to receiving more. People that was not on Instagram, Facebook, and all of this and seeing it, they listen. What the people is talking about that they read in the Epstein files, the people are not hearing it because they think we all drinking the same goofy juice. When the reality of it is, if they would just take a minute, since you can only believe what you see, you gonna need to get online and see it or read it or study it yourself for you to believe it, because apparently the people can stand on the rooftops and yell it, and you still got people that still shaking their head, not believing it, going in the house, calling the police on you when the shit is real.
But a lot of
So
people didn't
yes,
believe
a
that was
lot of
going to
people didn't
happen
believe that
either.
was going to happen either. That's true. Now that's true.
And now,
That's true. That's very true. Because I'm one of them people. I didn't think it was ever going to happen. And then when they started telling me, well, hell, he was over there too. I said, oh, it for sure ain't going to happen now. I didn't believe it. But I'm starting to see and understand more when she say he can't just get up and tell everything, because if he do, he gonna give the criminals a chance to get away or to get rid of shit. So he gotta creep in the back door and let the shit drop. And maybe people can put two and two together. Just like when I tried to explain Madrano or whatever his name is in Venezuela and the oil and China and Russia, they was like, girl, do you not know what that man was doing? I don't know why we had to be the ones to go get him, but that man was out here committing crime. You're talking about what you know that has very little relevance to do with what was really going on.
I can't hear you. I don't know if you can hear me.
I don't know if you can hear me. Yes, I can hear you. You can't hear me? Okay. I don't know what to do. Hang on. Menu, play pause, change source. How can I cut the Bluetooth off? Oh my God. Back settings, audio sounds, back phone, connect phone. Can you hear me now? Oh shit, he gone. Okay. So I'm having technical problems and I'm still sitting in the driveway. That just means it's time to go. So let me go around here and get me some gas and get me some food and pick up some something. And I'll holler.